Hello all you Next Gen Striker faithfuls, it's time for my list of top video games of 2012. Copyright NeoGameSpark. So, I'm recording multiple videos in the same day. Why, you might ask? Well, because this weather isn't going to last, unfortunately. And it's Kentucky, so the weather really is really bad. So, top games of 2012. Here we go. Alright, so this isn't in particular order of like which ones I love the most and which ones I love the least. It's just an order. I just came up with it. You know, and I probably did leave some out because there's a lot of games coming out this year, people. So, awesome. And some of these have already come out, so just keep that in mind. Usually, the ones on this list are the ones that have come out or that are going to come out, but I just haven't played them yet. So, keep that in your little thinker. Alright, so my first one, I'm getting this right out of the way, is Storm Generations. You guys already know this. The game looks awesome. New story mode, fighting's, you know, it's awesome. I don't really need to say anything else. You know, it's going to be a great game, and I've talked about it endlessly on my channel, as you can probably already tell. So, no need to really go into detail on that. So, let's just move on to the next one. Alright, so there should be a transition there if I actually had a budget on my channel. Whatever. Anyway, next one is Kingdom Hearts 3DS. Alright, so if you guys have been keeping up with Kingdom Hearts, you know that almost every one of their games are legit. And for me, I'm not like a die-hard Kingdom Hearts fan, but I do really enjoy the games. I played Kingdom Hearts 1, enjoyed it. Kingdom Hearts 2, loved it to death. My favorite one by far. I know a lot of people like 1 a lot of people like blah blah blah. You know, 2's my favorite, and it was the first one I played. I think it's really the first one you play is the one you like the most, but I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 2, I loved it a lot. Especially because the gameplay was just really cool. I don't know. Birth by Sleep, loved it to death, except towards the end when you got to Aqua's story, you know, kind of, it was just easy and boring, you know, not really much depth, and then the list goes on and on. There's only one or two that were kind of crappy, but anyway, so Kingdom Hearts 3DS is coming out. It's going to take place after Kingdom Hearts 2. It's about freaking Times Square. We're worrying about Final Fantasy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, finally, we're getting to Kingdom Hearts 3, which will come out in like another 10 years, who knows. PS4, I would say, which, if that gives you any hints as to when it's going to come out, there you go. Yeah, no Kingdom Hearts on PS3. It's kind of weird, huh? But anyway, so, Kingdom Hearts 3DS. The gameplay looks awesome. They've added in some new things. The story cutscenes, like the cinematic ones, look really interesting because it shows some of the events that occurred in the earlier ones. It's kind of connecting them all together. Hopefully it connects them together because Birth by Sleep had one of those moments where your brain's just like, oh, what just happened, you know? So yeah, I'm kind of hoping it doesn't convolute things more because my brain really can't take this, you know. So yeah, let's kind of try to wrap it up because the length of time that these games went on with the same story, it's kind of hard to keep up with it all unless you play them over and over. You know, I don't do that. I mean, like I played some of them continuously over, but I forget after a while, you know. So, yeah, that's that. It looks really cool. The graphics look awesome, which isn't necessarily a winning point, but, you know, whatever. So, yeah, awesome. Can't wait to play it. Next game would be Resident Evil Revelations. So, this game is going back to the more classy Resident Evil while keeping the Resident Evil 4 or 5 controls for obvious reasons. And I played the demo, both demos, the one on Resident Evil Mercenaries and Resident Evil, or it wasn't on a Resident Evil game, it was just out there. And interesting, it was really hard to survive actually, you know, you really didn't have very many bullets, and it was certainly interesting. And Jill, I really like her a lot, she's a good character, so made it interesting. Now, I don't know what's going on in that cutscene at the end, but cool. And a lot of people have played it. I've actually asked my friend who has played it, and he loved it. So that's that on Resident Evil. I'm going to get it eventually. Who knows when. Next game, Resident Evil 6. Yeah, might as well go on with Resident Evil games. So this game, the trailer blew me away, even though that they said that it's going to appeal to the Call of Duty fans. I don't like that, but they said it's going to be like a mix of horror survival and action adventure, kind of throw it together. So long as it's not in the Resident Evil 5, hey, I'm fine with it, you know. More Resident Evil 4. I mean, it's cool if they add in some awesome things every now and then, like awesome, like overly dramatic. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, it looks interesting, and yeah, definitely gonna pick it up day one. Next game, Jak and Daxter HD Collection. Now this one just came out. I think it was what, a week or two ago. And do I love Jak and Daxter? Heck yes, I do. I played every one of them except for Daxter on the PSP. That was the only one I missed out on, and I didn't have a PSP at the time, and I don't really care about that game. So, yeah, the Jak and Daxter games were certainly awesome and interesting. I really loved them, and the HD port looks beautiful. I can't wait to play this game. I mean, that's really all I can say. I don't care about the trophies. I don't care about all that crap. I just want to play the games again because they were awesome. Some of the best games on the PS2, for sure. Alright, so next up on the list is Twisted Metal, which just released on Lover's Day, which is an overrated, you know, pretty much what Neil GameSpark said. If you watch him, there you go. That's kind of my thoughts on it too. So, yeah, Twisted Metal definitely looks awesome. I've never played a Twisted Metal game. I'm just going to go ahead and say that, unless my memory's crap, which wouldn't surprise me. But, you know, Twisted Metal, just from what I've seen, looks really awesome. I watched, like, the first probably 20 minutes of the story mode from a gameplay video where it showed part of the story mode, which looked awesome, really interesting. Although the story's kind of weak. I don't know because I haven't played it, but I don't really care that much about it anyway. But the gameplay looks awesome, totally destructible, well, almost completely destructible city. You know, you can just blow up people. It looks awesome. Combat racing, never been better, honestly. And there hasn't really been any combat racing games these days, which kind of, you know, combat racing was awesome. The last good one that I played, besides the Mario Kart reincarnations, was probably Jak X. After that, no, not really any. So yeah, that's that. Twisted Metal, definitely looking into that, getting that game soon. Yeah, and I'm stretching my legs because I'm staying up for a while now. So next game on the list is, if you watch my vlog, you'll know this one, The Walking Dead. So I don't know anything about this game. It could totally suck, but who knows. I'm just interested in this concept, and it seems amazing. Haven't really heard any details on it because there isn't really any. It just got announced a few days ago. So, can't really say anything about that, but it looks awesome, needless to say. Alright, and the next game, which is a total hyped up thing for me, is, what was it? I forgot. Oh yeah, House of the Dead 4. If you watch my vlog, you also know that. And the reason is, I actually played this one in the arcade multiple times, and it is awesome. Graphics are awesome. Story's awesome. It's not really as cheesy. The music is legit. Yeah, arcade shooting at its best with House of the Dead 4. And I'm honestly surprised it took them so long to release a port of this, but yeah, there you go. That's that. And yeah, now it's time to get into the games that I'm kind of curious about, but not so much. Alright, so the first game that I'm not really looking too forward to is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, I love the concept. I love how you get to be the bad guys, change history and all that jibber jab, and the multiple zombies everywhere. The thing is, though, is that it's made by the people that made the crappy SOCOM games. Not like all of the SOCOM games. I'm not hating on SOCOM, but the ones that made the not so great ones, from what I've heard. And I've heard from people who have actually played it. Well, IGN mainly, but they've played the first few levels and they said it's not so great. And that's not good. You know, I didn't really know if it would be good or not. At first I thought it would be absolute crap. Then I kind of got interested in it. Then I was really hyped for it. And then I heard some bad news about it. So now I'm kind of on the fence. So I'm definitely going to wait until a review comes out. And, you know, some people have actually played it. Watch the gameplay. And to see, you know, what it's all going to be about. So until that point, I don't really know. But it's certainly an interesting concept. And being with 4 friends playing Resident Evil will be really sweet, to say the least. Especially all those zombies, you know, it's going to be crazy. So the next one on the list is Tomb Raider, the reboot. Now, I'm not really too hyped for this one, not because the quality looks bad or the game looks bad, but I'm just not a Tomb Raider fan. And that's why. Yeah, but it does look certainly interesting, and if it does turn out good, I'll definitely end up playing it, you know. But being a person that's not really that into Uncharted, even though I played the first 2 and I have the third one, I just haven't played it yet, Tomb Raider's kind of the same, just saying. But this does look like a more darker turn, so we'll have to wait and see on this one. So yeah, definitely looks interesting. And the next one is The Amazing Spider-Man. You know, the one that's based on the movie, but it actually takes place after the movie. And it was made by Benix, I think? Benox? Whatever their names are. The ones that made the past 2 Spider-Man games, which I wasn't really that impressed with. So, Yeah, that's that. They're pretty much, from what I've seen, they're making it an open world game, which is good, but it looks like it's going to be the same as Spider-Man 2's New York. So it's kind of like ripping it off. Not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but they kind of need to do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see about this game. They said they've had more time to work on it, so hopefully it'll not be as crappy. I hope it's more like Spider-Man 2, how they took in villains that weren't even actually in the movie and stuff, and they threw them in there, which would be great, you know, because the second one, I believe number 2 had, like, Shocker and Black Cat and all these other people, so that's awesome. Hopefully that'll happen. Yeah. And the last one that I'm not so hyped for is... Let me check the list, because I forgot. Oh, look at how bad and professional this is. Oh, I'm going to get a lot of hate. No, I'm really not, because you guys are all awesome, and I just talked and wasted a lot of time. So, the last one is Halo 4. Now, the reason I'm not so hyped about this is because, well, although I do enjoy Halo, I'm not really a big first-person shooter fan, although Halo's really, really fun. I really do enjoy Halo. And, I don't know, I kind of feel like that Halo 4 is going to be more or less like 3, which I enjoyed 3, but Halo Reach was definitely the king of Halo, and I don't know, that's really all I can say. I haven't really heard anything about this game too much, so we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say on this lengthy video. My throat is really sore, so I'm going back in. This is probably the last video I'm going to record today, and hopefully the weather will turn out nice so I can record again soon. So, thank you guys for watching again. Subscribe if you liked, like if you liked, and give me your thoughts below, because there's a lot of games coming out, and we'll just have to wait and hear about all this, you know? So, you know, obviously, I like some things that you guys don't like, and you like things that I don't like. So let's talk about it in the comments, and see you guys later.